Chat, here we go. The best of 5 has started between BDS and Furia. It is Dralii and Exotiik playing against Yan and Drufinho. And as we've talked about a little bit before, Furia has all 3 of their teammates listed on the tournament. And Johnny has said they can sub in after any game. So if Furia decides that Lost might play better against this BDS duo, they may be subbing them in, or they might just stick with Yan and Drufinho the whole way. But we've watched BDS and Exotiik play on stream before. They played at the last major, as I've mentioned a few times already, against Gen G. And boy, did they look like the better 2s team that time around. Well, they look like the better 2 team against everybody here in the tournament. This is a quarterfinal matchup. They are looking to punch a ticket to the semifinals. A couple teams already there, Vitality and Gentlemates. It has been EU domination, the only team that is not European in the quarterfinals is this team right here, Furia. Furia, the only ones to take down a European team to get here. Everybody else, you could debate whether or not M80 was an EU team, but it was Jorias and Nas playing 2s. So it feels a bit NA. And they also did not beat, or sorry, it feels a bit EU, and they did not beat an EU team to get there. They actually beat a team that people probably felt were a top team in the Falcons. But maybe Furia can hold it down for the non-EU teams. Oh my goodness, what a save. Somehow, some way, BDS came out alive from that transaction without getting scored on. As Dralii, he's the guy to look out for to make some magic happen. But, you know, there's been talk about, wait, why not Monkey Moon playing in these 2v2s? I think people are not realizing just how good Exotiik is. He is a high-rated 2s player and can definitely hold his own. Might even, you know, be a stronger 2s team. Oh my goodness, Yan. That felt very close to being an own goal and a bit of an unforced own goal, but he does hit it into the crossbar and into his teammate as Dralii wants to get multiple resets, but cannot do so. Not a ton of scoring or even really scoring chances, it would seem. So we do a quick check, although about 5 and 4 goals both ways. So a few setups on target at least. As Drufinho will pass up to Yan. Yan loses the flip as he times out in the air. Goes for the pogo landing instead. For those of you who may not know, it's definitely worth mentioning whenever he's in a lobby, Drufinho is actually playing KBM, one of the very rare pro players who plays with a keyboard and mouse as opposed to controller. But you'll see it doesn't limit him at all when it comes to what he's able to do on the field. Yan. Chip up into wall dash, but it's still just directly into BDS. Everybody playing safe as they look to try and see if one player can outplay 2 in order to create an opportunity, and no one has been able to do that so far. Again, playing slowly in the corner. Might be able to score all by himself, and Dralii just barely able to make that save. Yan pinned it up into the crossbar. Dralii puts it to safety, and now getting chased down by Drufinho. Has to jump to dodge the multiple bump attempts, and succeeds in doing so. Dralii to the air. Drufinho takes it away before Dralii can really get anything started. This is a high pump. Only Yan up for it, as he now looks to try and control it. Reset. Oh my goodness, Yan. We talked about waiting for one player to outplay 2. Well, I think Yan just did it. He's got both defenders in net. The reset and air dribble into the post and down and in. Somehow he found an angle to score on an air dribble that felt impossible. And Furia will take the 1-goal lead. A huge goal, it feels like. A kickoff fake from BDS. Dralii to Exotiik, and he misses. Sends it wide on their tying goal opportunity. We haven't seen too many kickoff plays because there hasn't been any goals. But a solid one from BDS. An attempt to bring it back. Does not convert. They'll have to continue to play from behind. Exotiik Does not take the air dribble up to Yan. Instead, lets it fall to the ground. Now reset. Turns into a 50. Can BDS on low boost stay aggressive? Exotiik actually was able to steal the back corner right as it spawned, but the pass play does not work. Yan pre-flips to intercept and likely guarantees the Game 1 win for Furia as they look to keep the hopes of the non-European teams alive. A lot of the regions probably backing Furia here for the rest of this tournament. Exotiik and Dralii trying to get a mental goal for the road, but they still won't even get that. Game 1 goes to Yan and Drufinho. Game number 2. The onus on Dralii and Exotiik to figure out how to get the offense going as Yan and Drufinho leave them scoreless in game number 1. Dralii, not the kind of guy who's kept scoreless very often. Always seems to be able to find some sort of crazy play to get something going. The South American defense has held strong, a region known mostly for their relentless offense. Drufinho sees the challenge coming as he starts the air dribble and gets the 50. And will play one into the corner. BDS using all their boosts just to escape the defensive half. Nothing left over for them to work with. Dralii forced to give the ball away. He is undercutting Drufinho though. Again, dribbles into Exotiik. Now Drufinho just barely didn't have an angle. Dralii able to stop the follow-up. So a huge save from Dralii to keep Furia scoreless as Exotiik can't get to the ground pinch in time. Drufinho able to make the save. Dralii, we're just waiting for the magic he has in store. But Furia have done a good job of never allowing Dralii to be on the ball uncontested very long. Exotiik's going to try and pop off. Is reset to the back wall. Feeds the ball to Dralii, but read well by Drufinho. Yan trying to see how many resets he can get as he clears this one out of dangerous way. Drufinho has been left to make a tough challenge a few different times, and he's always come out on top. Positions that, if you were to look back afterwards, had he not, played them so well, you wouldn't even really blame him for not being able to come out on top, but yet somehow he always manages to do so, and here he does it again. Can he somehow make this save? No, he can't. That is too much to ask of Drufinho, as just barely couldn't get that touch. Now a 0 boost save attempt on the goal line. Exotiik does muscle it in to give BDS the lead. Hot take, but MMR and ranked doesn't mean anything other than they are putting in the time. I think that's slightly true for the pros at the very highest level. But I don't think that's a great excuse for the Diamonds who think they should be champ. Drufinho, he's gonna steal a goal. Exotiik did not get the clear he would have liked. Drufinho's just hanging out in case the ball gets dropped to him, and that's exactly what happens. And he will cut the ball on target. Drufinho going for the Spanish kickoff, gets the demo. Ball falls to Yan, who does not get any separation on his flick. But wise to turn right back into the play, get a demo. Dralii pass 1, couldn't get past 2. There's another great Drufinho challenge. When the defense is in the balance and you need a solid contest, Drufinho has been giving them. Yan up high, directly vertical setup on the air dribble. The wave dash cut is just a little bit too slow. Drufinho the fake! Oh, Drufinho did Exotiik dirty. The only space to score was his bottom right corner. Drufinho was not going to be able to do it with the defender, so instead he fakes out Exotiik, who goes flying past the ball, and Drufinho will follow it up to give Furia the lead. Standard kickoff from both teams. Close cheats after the 50. Yan on the air dribble has Drufinho running upfield looking for demos. But he couldn't get it going quick enough. Yan has just Dralii, but Dralii able to make the backflip save. Counterattack with 0 boost. Should be controlled by Feer. Drufinho. Reset down to the ground. Exotiik pins it there. Yan will take over. The sidewall doubles have been fired from him. This time he converts it into a back wall double. But Drufinho can't keep the play going. Dralii able to win his dunk. Tried to get a pretty ambitious read out of the corner off of Yanx's touch. Ends up not converting as this ball rolls back. Dralii pops it up. No follow-up. Exotiik might need to get an outplay here to give his team a chance, as this might be their last offensive stand. Dralii, a quick shot, just a bit too high. Now an infield pass from Exotiik. Yan has boost to handle this defensively, so very likely to clear it out. He actually probably rushed it a bit more than he needed to. BDS had fully backed off, but still going to work out for Feer after Drufinho intercepts Exotiik's touch. Dralii trying to go the length of the field. Wave dash in front of the ball. Exotiik soft touch. Can't get back to it. Drufinho breaks it up. 10 seconds left to go. Feer, are they going to add another one on top? Little reset. Goes directly into Dralii. Drufinho needs to be safe. He does send this one high. Does he get a follow-up touch into the corner? Yeah, and the fake. I think he wanted to hit the ground, but he'll just fake again. And it will actually hit the ground as Feer win games 1 and 2, putting themselves on triple match point against BDS. Game number 3. Feer and BDS. Can Feer continue to be the only team to take down EU that is not also from EU? They're on their way to doing so right now. I believe they had a 3-0 sweep against Jobless. Now 1 win away from a 3-0 sweep against BDS. Dralii out around 1. Can he get the pass infield? No. Yan makes the right play. Exotiik able to dodge the Drufinho demo, as he was hoping that if Yan could handle the defensive stand, you add in a demo, they might even be able to convert for a goal. Yan one last second reset to make sure a defender misses. Dralii just barely missing again. I feel like there's been a few different opportunities for BDS that have been a few pixels off, and this is a fancy setup from Exotiik. It's not going to score in the first attempt, but it is going to force a bad save, and Dralii stays in the play. Nice play from Exotiik on his one-touch reset to the back wall. Yanxnz clear is weak, and Dralii is there for the finish. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not how Feer wanted the kickoff to go. Drufinho, the fake. I mean, did they not talk about it? Oh, they just thought Dralii would not get around the ball. They were expecting Dralii to just send it into the corner. Yan is cheating out into the corner, thinking Dralii was going to go diagonal on the kickoff, but it's not super unheard of for the player to go ball side and try and hit it towards net, which is what Dralii does, and cannot get back to make the save in time. So a 2-0 lead for BDS after a series that has been all Feer. Drufinho send this one to the ceiling. Yan did not get any sort of touch, but it didn't seem like Dralii believed in Exotiik's ability to get it in front of the net. So that ball bounces in front of the net with no follow-up. Drufinho, what a save. Yan got the first one, but it was still very threatening. Feer having to deal with a lot right now on defense. Doing so on very little boost as well, as BDS keep them starved out. Dralii low 50 leaves it for Exotiik. Drufinho just passed it back to Dralii. Might have been better off just letting it roll away. But Yan does make the follow-up save. Now Yan's just going to boom it. Give them just a little bit of space to breathe. It should just be a BDS possession shortly after. At the very least, they're no longer playing in the orange half, and they've actually done a decent job getting something going themselves. Yan. Flick. Now Exotiik likely going to get bumped. Drufinho trying to play him off. Dralii makes it back to stop Yan's low 50. That was his way to try and take advantage of Drufinho taking defenders out of the play. Drufinho going to back off this ball, allow Dralii to hand it over to him. Dralii couldn't chase down for the demo, so now it's Yan versus Exotiik. Air dribble bump. If there's anybody that can do it, it's Yan. And he'll put Furia on the board. You cannot leave Yan in a 1v1 in the air against just about anybody. He is too good at sniping those bumps. And they have 2 minutes to make up the 1 goal deficit. Dralii, soft first touch to control. Dashing this one away from Drufinho. Great play from Dralii. My goodness. The defensive plays from Furia have been there all series long, so Dralii plays it away from the net. Make sure Drufinho can't get the touch, and what a pinch to beat Yan on the back line. 3-1 lead for BDS. Yan. Set up to the back wall. Dralii and Exotiik control it. High lob. Yan had to reset on boost though. Couldn't stay involved. Exotiik's just going to intercept this setup. Not strong enough that Drufinho can't get back, but still a really scary position. Yan able to make the save. Minute left to go. Big miss from Exotiik. Might just leave the ball for Furia. Yan trying to play keep away, but doesn't work. Dralii intercepts. Exotiik deleted as he tries to turn on the ball with 0 boost. 48 seconds left to go. Yan probably needs to create an opportunity right now to give his team a chance. It doesn't seem like he will. Exotiik back the other way. Dralii going to meet Yan high. Can Yan take it over the top? He does. Is there an angle available? Probably not anyways, but Exotiik will make sure of it by pinching it away. Yan, he'll get his second goal with 17 seconds left to go. Keeps this ball on offense, and everybody on BDS low boost. One more touch. Gets it over Exotiik. Nothing Dralii can do, so any kickoff shenanigans to try and force overtime. It is going to be a Spanish kickoff from Furia. They get the demo. Yan doesn't get as much control as he probably would have needed, though, to create something. Drufinho, he's looking for blood as he gets 2 different demos. A fake from Yan, and now it's Drufinho looking for one more demo on Exotiik. Exotiik escapes, gets the 50, and pops the ball away, but the ball is still in the air. Drufinho flicks it up. Surely it's going to be hitting ground. He manages somehow to pop this one high. Yan, that hits the ground. As ambitious as that was, he went for like a sidewall redirect all the way to the net or something. But as soon as he sent it out of his control, BDS let it hit the ground, and they will get a game win. Game 4. That was the first game loss for Furia in the unofficial 2v2 major so far. And as we talked about before, they are listed as having all 3 players available. But considering they won every single game so far, there was obviously never a reason to think too much about switching. Not sure if they thought for a moment to sub in Lost or not. They did win the first 2 games of this series as well. But Exotiik going to take the ball right off the top of Drufinho, and I think Yan was maybe coming off of a respawn. Did not get back out to midfield in time. Dralii, air dribble bump. connects on Drufinho. Exotiik gets a decent enough 50. The ball is still around. Drufinho, though, up to stop the goal. Yan. His flick heads directly to BDS as they're going to get a sidewall double. Can Dralii somehow convert this for a goal? He can, and the way he does it is with a fake. I thought, how does he possibly, with the amount of boost he has, create something out of this setup? And the answer is by making Yan think he's going for the ball, and it will just float all the way in. 2-0. BDS getting a bit of momentum going. But a long time left on the clock here in game number 4. Exotiik just going to keep dribbling this. Dralii tried to help him out, but there's not much he could do once he's out of boost at the end of this dribble. Drufinho not expecting as long of a dribble as Exotiik was able to get. Potentially lost kickoff here from BDS. Back to Dralii. Gets a shot, but saved by Feer. As Drufinho likely looking for a demo. Whenever you fall that deep into the corner, there's really no play to be made on the ball. But you can oftentimes take a defender out. Long shots from Feer, and they're on the board. Yan clear into the corner. And maybe Exotiik not expecting that bounce out to be as quick and shootable as it is for Yan. Exotiik might have had a chance at getting an angle there, but sends it across the net. Oh my goodness, Exotiik. Doubling top left. Exotiik sends it to the backboard. Yan would have had that clear. You see that Dralii bump. Yan very likely gets to that play. Makes it not possible to hit that double, but Dralii securing the bump. Allows Exotiik to go to work. Kickoff mix-up. Exotiik returns to the play. 4-1 lead now for BDS. Yan really wants to bring it back within 2. But Dralii throwing in some heroics there defensively. Yan now on the air, dribble 50. Able to drop it off to his teammate Drufinho. Exotiik recovers to make the play, and Dralii gets it past the last defender. Can he get around to make the shot? He should be able to. 5-1. Halfway through game number 4. BDS running away with it here. As Feer not only need to try and figure it out for potentially not allowing game 5, but they need to get some sort of momentum, some sort of answer going if they don't want game 5 to just go the same way. Exotiik able to pick up the back corner boost and get up before the early challenge of Yan. Yan chased off the midfield. Drufinho can't keep them on the blue half. Yan has had really strong first touches into the side wall and tries to look to make magic happen off that. Hasn't been able to every time. Fortunate bounce off the post. Yan patient on the goal line. Drufinho needs to score here if they want to entertain coming back in this game. But again, it's not necessarily just about this game anymore, as momentum has slipped away heavy from Feer. They can even get a couple goals on the board for the mental victory going into game 5. Yan faking off the ball. Exotiik plays it around 1. Drufinho dove. Dralii can't quite catch it and put it on target, though. A little bit too strong of a setup from Exotiik. Drufinho can't get over the top of the pre-jump. Minute left to go. I think we're going to need to see a hot start from Feer in game 5. Otherwise, they could be in trouble as Dralii gets another I think they're on autopilot now, which is fine as long as they're able to shake it off. I mean, Yan and Drufinho are both shadowing here in the same position. Definitely not something they want to be doing normally. Big demo from Drufinho, but Yan's setup was off target, so they don't take advantage of it. But this is all not necessarily for show, to just feel out how they want to play the rest of this series. We saw a reverse sweep attempt denied earlier today, and it happened in Game 5 overtime. I think Furia probably going to want to handle it long before it gets to that, but BDS have certainly found their way there. It's Game 5. Can Furia continue to be the champions of everybody who's not EU? Game 5. 2 straight for BDS. They're going to go to an attempted Spanish kickoff, it looks like, to open up this game. And even though they don't get the demo initially, Exotiik comes swinging back and gets the demo in the blue half. Yan on the catch in 50. Drufinho might have a chance here. Dralii was creeping upfield. Drufinho was right to try and punish that with a quick shot, and even though he doesn't score, he creates an opportunity for Yan. Forces Dralii back. Dralii trying to take his time, gets dunked again, and Yan just flies right through Dralii like he's not there. The demo and the goal as Furia see the early lead in Game 5. Yan back wall dribble. He's the kind of guy who can go the distance. He's got boost left over for a double if need be, but it does get met by BDS. Drufinho low resets. The offense of Furia returned. Yan. A couple touches in a row. Seems like BDS trying to wait out for their opportunity to get a clean take out of the blue half, but the back pass again does not work out. We have seen this happen a few times. Those back passes so dangerous in twos. Drufinho thought he could accelerate this out to Yan, and once that back pass starts going towards you, I'm sure you guys have been in those positions in twos yourself. It really feels like you have no choice but the challenge. Leaving it off for the other team puts you in just as bad of a position. Yan could not beat Exotiik, and Exotiik gets the perfect touch. Wait a second, what is this? Exotiik is going to be there. Almost a full field shot for Furia. Hey Feer, it's me, your only viewer. For months I have created the illusion that you're streaming to a large audience, but here's the truth. All these people in the chat are me. And now, for you to be convinced of this, you will send this message from all your accounts. Listen, as long as you keep watching ads and subbing from all your accounts, it's fine by me. I'll live in a fantasy world. In fact, you know what would get me really good? Is if you guys added a few more 1,000 fake accounts. Oh man, I'd have egg on my face. No doubt about it. Exotiik! He's gonna boom a shot from the midfield. Drufinho and Yan both out of position to make the play. Dralii, kind of guy you do not want to let have the ball for long. Yeah, intercepts. And Exotiik, what placements! Exotiik putting it perfectly top shelf. Yan took the ball off of Dralii, but Dralii still forced Drufinho to reverse there for a slight moment. I think if you go back and watch that, he landed in front of Drufinho, made him hesitate. He was still in the right position to try and get up and make that save, but Exotiik placed it so well. Drufinho almost got a fortunate pitch directly on target. There is tons of time left for the Furia believers. But the can't wait forever to get going. Yan going to make this save. The ball is dangerously in front of the net, and he's not going to be able to get back in time. Dralii going to make it 4-1. Exotiik able to get that one more touch off of Yan's save to keep the ball floating in front of the nets. Dralii to Exotiik. Now Yan back the other way. Didn't get the power on the redirect. Wants a demo. Not able to get it. Both the BDS are going to dive on the ball, and now they have a run-ahead goal. Exotiik's going to make sure to slow it down so that he gets credited with it. But it is a 5-1 lead. And I mentioned before, there is time left on the clock. 2 minutes, but with the way the series has been going the past couple games. Oh, nice play. Nice play from Yan and Drufinho. They need more of where this came from. Big kickoff win. Drufinho tries to block off Exotiik and is also there to redirect it with even more heat into the net. I think a couple of different kickoffs in their favor are probably the win condition for Furia. This kickoff is in the blue half, but not as much of a clean win. Dralii, did he just get a reset to pop down and pogo back to the ball? If that ended up being an outplay that got them a goal, that would have been insane. But it is Furia with possession, rolling ball, rolled directly in front of the net. A dangerous place to try and win a 50. Exotiik, little resets. Forces Yan into a bad save. Dralii trying to put the ball back into a shootable position. It's going to be Drufinho diving across the net. Dralii maybe had an opportunity to get Drufinho back on that nasty fake he did to Exotiik earlier, but not quite there early enough to get away with it. Drufinho, high pop. Couldn't get the touch out to Yan. So the long clear. The clock is ticking away. You never know. The kickoffs are a little bit more volatile in 2s than in 3s. Not quite 1s level, but if they get a goal in the next couple moments, they stand a chance. But yeah, I think that's on target. We didn't get to see it because Director Cam kept us on the demoed player, but I'm pretty sure this clear is on target. And even though Exotiik got demoed, there's nobody there to stop it. So 6-2. BDS proving to be too strong, it would seem. Furia, the last of the non-EU teams in the tournament. But it's looking like when you put, what was it? 8 out of 16 teams EU. 4 of them are going to make it to the top. It is worth noting that, you know, half the tournament was EU, but they went almost undefeated in the first round. So, so there's only so much copium the non-EU teams can have. The only EU team to lose, I believe, was the team that Furia played. Furia 3-0'd them, and then M80. The Nas and Joyous 2's team, which is essentially an EU 2's team, let's be honest, took down the Falcons, which would have been another non-EU team we would have expected to win. But nope, it's EU across the board in the top 4 and almost entirely across the board in the top 8. It was Furia who stood a chance to stop them, but they fall in Game 5 to a reverse sweep to BDS.